Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today I wanted to get on and talk about this because it comes up often in my sessions, because of course I deal with women who are recovering from toxic relationships or who've experienced relationship burnout, and it's often one of the signs of that burnout, right? So when it comes up in session, I usually have a few questions, right? Obviously, more than a few. But it usually starts with sort of like, well, define sex for me, because I need to know, what your definition of sex is. Do you mean sex with a partner? And does this include solo sex? So if you've lost all interest, have you lost interest in other things, other people, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I want to know, because like those three questions, sort of like the answers to those that could lead anywhere, but somewhere, it leads somewhere, and usually to sort of the root cause, right? And so, of course, that could include trauma, but oftentimes, what's coming up in a lot of my sessions is just some beliefs and feelings and ideas that people have around sex, and then, of course, dealing with the relationship dynamic, right? So, some of it is just, my relationship is deteriorated to the point where, my partner is, repugnant to me. Well, obviously, you're not going to want to have sex with them. And it would be, natural for you to sort of, start to shut down. But the thing is that if you also then tell me that you're no longer engaging in solo sex, or that you never engaged in it, those bring up all kinds of other questions, and those are the questions that I really want to focus on, because there's all kinds of reasons why people in relationships aren't having sex. Some of them have to do with physical ailments, mental health issues, medications and whatnot. There are like practical reasons why, right? Maybe there's, you have young children and there's time constraints. Maybe there's lots of travel. Maybe you don't live together, right? So lots of different reasons, practical reasons and physical reasons why people aren't. But when I ask if you have a solo practice and the answer is no, then we really need to delve into that, because for me, it's right up there. Like, sexual health is right up there with physical health, mental health, spiritual health. It is vitally important to our very being. But I want to be clear, when I talk about sex, I'm not just talking about the act of physical sex with with a partner. I'm talking about a sensuality and the erotic in a way that is more than just the physical aspects of sex, and therefore aren't necessarily always about, partnership sex. So, when I speak of sex, there's maybe some spiritual component to it as well, right? Because I do have a background in yoga, and so I have this background in energy or knowledge of the energetic system and whatnot. But then I also have some knowledge about the physical body as well. So then, so there's a lot of stuff going on there, but a lot of it is driven by our beliefs and feelings around this topic. And that's what we need to get to the root of, because this isn't just about whether you're sexually attracted to other people. It doesn't necessarily even have to do with whether you're having orgasms or not. Although, there's lots and lots of scientific data that proves that having orgasms on a regular basis have all kinds of benefits, physiological benefits as well as mental health, right? So you got the feel-good hormones just pumping. You've got, blood circulation improvement, it improves your immune system, all that stuff, right? So just from that point of view, it's healthy for you to have this as part of your practice. That said, even if you're not physically practicing solo sex, there's still a whole broad range of other ways to engage with the erotic that have nothing to do with physical sex. So doing an exploration into energy, tantra, kundalini, that sort of thing can really help you to open up to the idea that this is more than just about getting off, right? Whether that's alone or with a partner. So then you start to recognize just why it's so important and why it's up there with spiritual health, physical health, and mental health, right? There's more to this than just making babies or just having orgasms. There's more to it, right? So when we know that and we can recognize the importance, then we can also, and so that's where the education piece comes in, right? And that's why I'm talking about this. Because I think when you know that, or start to, wonder, like, well, what's she talking about? Maybe I should look into this. And you start to do a little bit of research. And I totally recommend you check out Jaya, Jaiya, I believe is how she spells her name. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it's spelled. You can find her on YouTube. She's got some great books out there. Your Blueprint for Pleasure is really, really helpful in this discussion as we talk about different energies. And then maybe check out Dr. Emily Moore. She has a podcast and a book called Smart Sex. One of her podcasts addresses the myths around sex and sexuality. So that can be helpful and educational. As are all of her podcasts, so I totally recommend that. And then when you come up against that wall that I'm talking about is that part of you that resists, that part of you that says, no, but, or I can't because. And that's the part of you that we need to explore. We need to understand where that part is coming from. Where is that resistance coming from? Why would you be okay with letting go of your sexuality or your sensuality, right? Because you don't know necessarily that you can utilize that energy in so many other ways, that it's tied to our creativity. It's tied to our ability to nurture and grow and evolve. So we can utilize that energy in other ways. And so this isn't about me telling you that it's important for you to get in touch with your sexuality so that you can be a better sexual partner. This is me saying it's important for you to get in touch with your sensuality and your sexuality and that energy inside of you, because you can utilize that energy for you, right? You can use that for your creativity. You can use that for your growth. And when you start to do that for yourself, that's a part of self-love and evolution that can really take you to other places, right? So I'm not just talking about sex. Hopefully you get that by now. So when you come up against those walls and you're wondering, or these beliefs that are, telling you, no, you're full of crap, Stephanie, that's when I want to talk to you because those are the beliefs and feelings that we need to get in touch with. Because when we can unlock that, we unlock so many other possibilities, and we can, like I said, we can utilize that unlocked energy inside of you for other things. Whether you never want to have sex with another person again, that's entirely up to you. You don't have to use that energy in that way. So if this is something that you're interested in, please feel free to reach out to me. We can private message. We don't have to do this over, a public forum. Private message me. Let's chat. Let's get some clarity around your, what's going on for you and how it might help you to unlock this part of yourself. Because like I said, it's tied to so many other aspects of who you are and can really enhance all kinds of growth and evolution. And so you could see this really spilling out into other areas of your life, such as your career or your relationships with your children, with your, friends and family and loved ones, because again, I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about that vitality, that energy that we can connect with, that sort of second chakra kind of energy there that we can really utilize to our benefit. That's what I'm talking about. And that's often sort of kind of gnarled and entangled with our ideas and beliefs and feelings and experiences around sex. Okay? So yeah, if you'd like to talk, just feel free to reach out to me. And I'm just going to keep reminding you guys that this is important. It's not just important for your relationship with your spouse. It's important to your relationship with you. And so hopefully that message will get through. And you guys can really, utilize that energy to your benefit. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.